Alright, good afternoon guys. I'm putting on this video, hopefully it goes through this afternoon and then you can do it on your own time tomorrow. That's going to be Friday, somewhere I lost a day in this week. So please do your homework. It's I think it's page 140 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. Just check there's a few practical examples or implications or questions in those 6 questions. Just they are a good reference for you to use Pythagoras. Now with Pythagoras there's one little small thing that always must be true, and if that is not indicated, and that is a 90-degree angle, so it's a right angle. If that is not indicated, you may not use Pythagoras. So please, that's the only rule, is that must be indicated. Don't go and measure it with your ruler and think, it looks 90 degrees, I can do Pythagoras. If it's not given or it's not stated in a practical example of something 90 degrees to the horizon, please do not use Pythagoras. I will give you a summary of the geometry as well, maybe over the weekend or early Monday. But just for now, please remember you can indicate a line or a side of the angles as AB or BA. So it doesn't matter if you call it BA or AB, both of them are indicating that line. To indicate a corner is to start at the top or wherever, and then I go through C to go to B. Then I'm indicating an angle. AB indicates that line, but going and walking from A to C or via C to B, you can call it, I'm indicating that angle, and that angle is 90 degrees. So that's the reason why I can use Pythagoras. Pythagoras is actually quite straight and forward. You should be able to do this because this is actually just a quick revision. It's the long side, the hypotenuse. Now the hypotenuse is the one directly opposite my 90 degrees. Okay, that's my hypotenuse. That is the long one is always equal to a short one's square plus the other short one's square. And please don't go and do as you guys always like to do and say, there's my angle or my straight lines, centimeters, meters, or whatever the unit is. That is not equal to my answer. So you have to write AB is the square root of that answer that you have calculated there at the top. So please don't just continue with your equation sign without changing your AB at the beginning. So that is the rule of thumb. That's the long one is equal to a short one. Oopsie. Short plus a short. So now if I want to do and calculate one of the short ones, I'm going to say, for instance, CB is the one that I want, and then it is my long one, that's AB square, minus the other short one I have. So that can be applied to when I'm looking for the other short one. So for instance, I want AC, that is the one in question. I would like that value, and I do have that value and this value. You have to have 2. That is again my long one minus the other short one's square. And please remember the square. So if you can write it down, it's the long one is a short one plus a short one, and all of them is squares. So if you want whatever short one, either one of those 2 sides, it doesn't matter which one, horizontally or the vertically one, it is going to be my hypotenuse, the one opposite, minus the other short one I have. So if you can remember that, if one of the short ones are in question, that hypotenuse cannot be shorter than any of the other 2 sides. That is physically, mathematically, whatever, it is not possible for the hypotenuse to be bigger than any of the other two sides. And you can use that as well as an indication of the values in your answers, if your answers are correct. So please remember that. So whichever short one I want, square, is the long one, my hypotenuse, the skynsy in Afrikaans, the hypotenuse minus the other short angle that I do have. And remember the squares, and then please remember your square root, your final answer as well. If you've got maybe an example of, there's a lamppost and I've got a ladder that I want to put on my lamppost to change my globes or whatever reason it is, and I've got a 3 meter high ladder and I must put it 1,2 meters from the lamppost, otherwise it's going to slide or it's going to be too steep for me to climb. I would like to know what is the highest lamppost I would be able to reach. Now I've got my long one, so it's my 3 meters square minus my 1,2 meters square, and that is going to be my, in question, but the square of it. So I don't know what that answer is, but then please remember to change that, and that's going to be 3 square minus 1,2 square. I just use that as an example. I don't know what the final answer is, but that is what I want you to understand. It's my long one minus the other short one is the short one. Otherwise, how long is my pole? How high is my pole? How far would I then put it away from the post? So it doesn't matter which one you have to calculate. It's 3 square minus the short one is going to give me the other short one. Remember the squares, and then you would most probably, hopefully, be fine with Pythagoras. Like I said, this shouldn't be too difficult. Homework for Monday over the weekend. Keep your eye open for hopefully the other geometry summaries. And then I will see you on, or you will hear me again on Monday. Thanks guys, enjoy the weekend.